complementing that 4Ls framework as you evolve down this apprenticeship route, this evolution through these stages, I've found success in complementing that with this, what we call the 4Rs framework. I was introduced to this by a family that I have the utmost respect for. They are scholars and students of this conversation, and they found that by suggesting to everybody in the system that there needs to be more transparency and accountability around the different roles that they can and do play, that by having these difficult conversations, not only the people in the current generation, but the next generation are better prepared for their roles. So let me just share with you briefly the concept of the 4Rs, that there is a role, there is a requirement for that role, there is a responsibility for that role, and that you will get remunerated for that role. And there are multiple roles that you can play and sometimes do play and will play over your life, over your involvement in the business. So what are those roles? You have a role as an owner. Start to think that this is very much linked to the three-circle diagram. A role as an owner, a role as a director or a governor, a role as an executive or an employee, and a role as a family member. So my challenge to you again is to think about these challenges, which we suggest are considerable, and how do I better understand these challenges? First, by appreciating the three circles, then by having a look at the 4Ls and seeing how that evolves over time, and then complementing that conversation with something more tangible. So what does it mean for us? It means that, well, how do we define the role of an owner, the role of a director, the role of an executive or an employee, and the role of a family member? I don't want you to go and take what I have here. I want you to look at those cells as blank and complete those cells given your nuanced, specific, situation-specific situation. So as you go there, fill out those 4Rs and understand that this is more difficult than it looks. But the process of having these conversations with family members, stakeholders, will help you appreciate their perspective.